Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Rugby Magazine Fantasy Show. In this one, I'm going to be giving you my top 5 wildcard picks as we head into the first round of the Guinness Six Nations Championship. So, just a reminder before I kick off this video to jump onto the App Store, the Play Store, and download our fantasy app. It's available on the web as well. We've spent loads of time trying to build up the most comprehensive and rewarding fantasy platform we possibly can, and we're only small. We're going up against the big boys in the official Six Nations Championship, but please do jump on our app, download it, get on this journey with us, and help us improve and move forwards and bring rugby to as many people as we possibly can and help grow the game. That's what everything about the Rugby Magazine is about. That's all we want to do, is grow the game of rugby and get as many people involved as we can. So that's just a quick reminder before we start. So this video is about my top 5 wildcard picks as we head into the Guinness Six Nations. And as I said previously, this is the players that I think are on the periphery of people's squads, that people are missing out on a real differential player, somebody who can really make the difference, who's expected to go really, really well through the course of this tournament, but perhaps isn't on people's radars, that they haven't perhaps picked, that will hopefully give you, because you've watched this video, a leg up against the friends in your league. So to kick off my list then is none other than England's Will Stewart. Now, Stewart has been a fantasy beast through his time at Bath and Wasps in our Premiership fantasy, and I have no doubt he will bring that level of performance to the white of England. Through the last Six Nations campaign, he managed 42 minutes on the field, scoring 31 points, which is a points per 80 of 59.05. I mean, that's obviously huge. An extended game time might shrink that down a little bit, but honestly, he delivered some really great points per 80 through the Premiership, and I expect him to deliver probably 35 points per 80 through England's campaign this season. Next up on my list is Italy's Stephen Varney. Now, Gloucester is seemingly a breeding ground for incredible Italian talent, with Stephen Varney following in the footsteps of his club teammate Jake Pelledri in playing for the Azzurri. The 19-year-old scrum half will make just his third cap for the Italians when he steps out on Saturday, and 9 is a position that has generally delivered a high fantasy score for the Italians, and he's certainly worth a second look for your fantasy team. Next up then is Bryce Doolin, and the 30-year-old Frenchman finds himself back in the France fold, having joined La Rochelle in June 2020. Kicking off the tournament at fullback against Italy will likely see him champing at the bit to get forward and make an impact, and I'm expecting a good return from him this weekend and through the tournament. So next up on my list is Louis Rees-Zammit, another Premiership player, another Gloucester player as it happens, and he's been lighting up the Premiership recently and thoroughly deserves his chance on the wing for Wales this weekend. He's been an exciting prospect for some time, and his performances through the 2020 Premiership campaign saw him register a points per 80 of 28.02, and if he can deliver that in a Wales shirt, then he is set to be a fantasy gem through the course of this tournament. Finally, rounding out my top 5 wildcards this season is none other than Hugo Keenan. The Leinster man burst onto the international scene in late October last year at the resumption of the Six Nations Championship by scoring 2 tries in Ireland's resounding victory over Italy, and he rounded out 2020 by completing 298 of the 320 minutes available in the Autumn Nations Cup. So he looks set for plenty of pitch time this year. He's starting at fullback this weekend, and I expect him to be one of the form players by the time the competition has run its course. So there we go, my top 5 wildcard picks as we head into this season's Guinness Six Nations Championship. There were loads of players who missed out on that list. Obviously, there's too many to count. There's some great players going into this tournament, but Johnny Hill was pretty close to him. Van der Merwe was pretty close. Gavin Villiers, I think he's going to be great on the wing for France this weekend, I think against Italy at 11. I'm expecting a lot of points from him, so take that as my little nugget of gold as we head into the first round of the championship. As ever, hit that like and subscribe button, follow us on your favourite social media channel, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side of the first round, where I will do a game week review of the first round of the Guinness Six Nations. Stay safe as ever, and all the best.